Welcome into NSN Tonight, a special one-hour edition here at Greater Nevada Field. I'm Zach Larson. He is Chris Murray. And we're here with a special guest, LuJames Groover III. LuJames, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys today?
No, we're great. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Of course, you were number 48 overall pick in the 2023 MLB draft with the D-backs organization and with the Reno Aces. Just tell us about your time with Reno so far.
I mean, we've been here, I think, a little bit over a month now. I think it's been great. Obviously, baseball's a hard game. We're with these guys every single day. It's essentially like an extended family almost. So, these are guys who want to be around. You're going to be around for a long time. Whether it's we've had different people come in from different teams this year or people I was drafted with that I've come through the organization with. But obviously, it's a brotherhood while we're here right now, and we're just having fun while we're at it.
We were chatting before we started this segment. You had never even been in California before last week.
Yep.
So you're from the Atlanta, Georgia area. Went to Charlotte, then North Carolina State. Never really been out to the West Coast. So how's the West Coast kind of been for you as you get your first swing through Nevada, California, states like that?
Yeah. I mean, Arizona, I love Arizona. I live there in the off season. It's great. It's hot, but it's just 3 bad months. If you can make it through the summer, the other 9 months are really good. But I've only been to Vegas once, actually twice. I went once to actual Vegas, just like the visit. And I went to Vegas last year in spring training with the big league team. We haven't played Vegas yet this year, so I haven't been there for that. And then, like you said, this past week was the first time I ever even stepped foot in California. So I've never even been to California before, but I think I want to vacate there and go to San Diego maybe this offseason. Everyone always tells me how nice San Diego is. So I got to go see if they're they're man of their word or whatever it may be. But, yeah, for the most part, the West has been treating me good.
Gotta go to San Francisco, too. Absolutely beautiful. Only 3 hours from here, too.
Okay.
So you're hitting a little over 300 this year. You had a monster week early in the season where you won PCL Player of the Week. Take me through that week and what that was all like. You kind of just came on the scene here in Reno, and people were like, oh, this is LuJames Groover.
I mean, I was just trying to be myself, not really worry about too much. I know it's early in the season. You can get caught up in stats really fast, but I really try not to worry about that. As I can help it. But I mean, we're all human. Things you're gonna think about it. But can you stay grounded, whatever it may be? I just try and control the controllables. For the most part, I mainly just try and hit the ball hard. Honestly, usually if you hit the ball hard, majority of good things will happen.
Right.
So I just try and control that and take it one day at a time. Really.
I want to know a little bit about the origin of your name. So LuJames III. You've got some nicknames. Sweet Lou. I've seen G Squad. Gigi and Blade. We'll talk a little bit about Blade later. But I guess your grandfather was the original LuJames. I guess, what does it mean just to carry on that family name, and where did it come from?
I have no idea where it came from. For the most part, it's actually I have 3 siblings, so I'm the youngest of 4. But I guess I was the one that went with the name. So obviously my dad, he carried it. My grandfather carried it. I think those are 2 respectable people in my life that I look up to. So obviously I want to make them proud. I want to make the name worth something, whatever it may be. So I try and use it as much as I can. Obviously, I feel like when I'm in my teammates and stuff, a lot of people just call me Gino. But for media purposes, I like to go by LuJames because that's my real name, and that's what I want, the mainstream world to know me as, whatever it may be. Obviously, like I said, I want to carry that name with pride as I do and make it worth something.
You're the number 10 prospect in the D-backs organization right now, and last year you played at the Futures game, which was in Atlanta, Georgia. Walk us through that experience and what that was like.
Yeah.
For you.
What a time. That was the first time my grandmother had seen me play as a professional. Wow. She doesn't like flying, so it's hard for her to get out west. So it's a little hard for her to travel out here. But that was the first time she'd seen me play. I remember my parents were there. Some of my dad's brothers was there, cousins, my brothers, siblings. One of my old teachers that took good care of me growing up, she was there. Her husband, they always looked out for me as a kid. I essentially call them my second set of parents almost. And it was just good. A lot of these people, they never really see me play growing up, whatever it may be. And it was like the first time they could see me do it, and it was on a really big stage.
What is your why, and why did you get into baseball? You mentioned it's a hard sport. It's a sport built on failure. I guess what drew you to it, and what is pushing you to continue to try and chase this dream of being a major leaguer?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing, I just always had fun playing it growing up. I saw my siblings play it, so that probably also had something to do with it. Come from a basketball family. I love basketball. My dad doesn't get happy if I play it. I mean, I get it. So I don't really play basketball anymore, but I'm always watching it. I'm always keeping up with it. Basketball, video games, like I love basketball. And I'll be the first one to complain and be like, after like maybe like a bad set of games, bad games, I'm not feeling like, gosh, I just played basketball. It's always easier to say that now or afterwards when I'm angry. But I just had fun doing it. It was a little different. And I think that was really the main reason. Obviously, like as a kid, you want to do something you enjoy, and I enjoyed playing it. And then I eventually found that I was good at it, so then it made me want to pursue it a little bit. And then my parents helped push me, parents or brothers, siblings, all of them, they helped push me towards it, and I've been grinding it ever since.
What would it mean for you to make your Major League Baseball debut?
I mean, obviously it's a dream. That's the main goal. That's what we work for. That's where all the time, hours, blood, sweat, tears goes, essentially. You know, all those countless games, you're like, God, I'm lost. It's hard. I'm like, why am I doing this? Play 6 games a week. It gets tiring fast. And essentially that's what makes it worth it. That's what makes the countless hours worth it. I mean, I've been playing since I was 3. So 21 years of my life now I've been playing baseball. And it's all to make that dream happen.
Away from baseball, it sounds like pretty big gamer, pretty big movie guy. Yeah. I mentioned Blade. Is that still your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. What was it about Blade that you love so much?
I don't really know. I think I was like the vampire aesthetic of the movie. I think I was Blade for Halloween. I always have this memory when I was younger. I was smaller, so I had my Blade costume that I wore, and then I eventually grew out of it, and I had these slacks from like a suit.
Yeah.
And I took the slacks, and then I started wearing that part of the costume, and I could still see how mad my mom was. She was so angry. She was like, we're not doing that. She's like, I don't care what pants you wear, but we're not wearing these pants. And I mean, it stuck. A lot of my family members call me Blade. It's just always that's been me. It's been my favorite movie. I always acted like it growing up when I was younger. And that was me.
We're gonna have you open some baseball cards. I don't think there's any Blades in here.
Probably not.
Maybe no Willie Mays Hayes from Major League, Wesley Snipes. But yeah, let me get you a pack. We'll open it and then you can get out of here.
While he's doing that, did you have a favorite player growing up?
It was probably Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
I just like the way he played. I think I modeled my game after him a little bit growing up. I was never the biggest guy growing up, so I felt like just from a pure hitter perspective, that was who I modeled my game after.
Gotcha. Nice.
All right, there you go.
Right.
Let's see if you get a Jeter in there, maybe a throwback or something.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
He was saying that not a lot of people collect on the team. It's a little bit surprising for me.
Bit.
It seems like cards are coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us who you got.
So we got Tyler Owens.
Tyler Owens.
Detroit. I don't really know too much about him. Christian Campbell.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good prospect.
That's a good
one.
You got like an $80 million deal.
Yeah, he did. I know he went to Georgia Tech, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he was my draft, I believe. 23, right?
23?
Yeah.
I think he
so.
was, yeah.
Yeah, he's a baller. I've seen a lot on him. Dalen Lyle.
Yeah, let it go.
You're good. You're good.
I don't know too much about this guy, but I've seen him play with the Nationals. He seems like a baller to me from what I've seen. All the times I've seen him in the show,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some really good highlights.
Done a good job.
Yep. Drake Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin, NL Rookie of the Year.
Yep. Actually, I remember I played this dude in the Northwoods League.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
In 2021 summer.
And you knew it.
I still remember that. Because I just remember because like we were playing, I don't remember what team it was, but he was by far like the best player on the team.
Yeah, okay.
Like I was like, every time we played, I was like, bro, this dude's torching me. I was like, who is this guy? And then of course, a few years go by, and we get drafted. A few years later, he's debuting. I was Rookie of the Year, so that's kind of crazy. Jose Iglesias, been in the league a long time.
Yep.
I mean, I remember using this guy like MLB The Show like a few years ago. Like, I mean, he's been in the league a long time, shortstop. He does his thing. What we got here? I think this is a duo card. Christian Yelich, Jackson Cheerio, 2 ballers for the Brewers.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good combo.
That's a pretty good combo right there. You know, 2 superstars.
All right, we got to wrap it up here in a second. but-
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge?
You
Okay.
can't do better than that, so got to wrap the segment on an Aaron Judge.
On all rise himself. I think every hitter or every position player can tell you about Aaron Judge.
Judge, yeah.
He's a baller.
All right, LuJames, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and good luck to the rest of the season,
Thank
okay?
you guys, of course.
Awesome. We'll be right back on NSN Tonight with your every Monday Murray's Mailbag, or every Tuesday, Murray's Mailbag segment right after this.
This segment sponsored by Laub & Laub.
Welcome back to NSN Tonight here at Greater Nevada Field. I'm Zach Larson. He's Chris Murray. Now it's time for our weekly Murray's Mailbag segment. Chris, our first question is from Trav ASU 008. Does Nevada have a better odds at making the NCAA tournament this year or going to a bowl game?
So, yeah, it's men's basketball versus football. It is much harder to get to an NCAA tournament, even with the expanded field to 76, than it is to get to a bowl game. About 60% of FBS schools get to bowl games. Roughly about 25% get to the NCAA tournament. So for that reason, I'm going to say a little bit better odds of getting back to a bowl game. Nevada hasn't been to a bowl for 4 seasons, so it might seem insurmountable, but I don't think it is. I think the schedule is a lot more favorable. I do think that men's basketball in the new Mountain West is going to be a harder path to get to the NCAA tournament because the new Mountain West might be more like a 1.5, 2 bid league rather than a 4 or 5 bid league. So if I had to pick one is going to happen in 2026, I'll say a bowl game.
All right, fake Matt Mummy says, what's the more gut-wrenching Wolfpack loss? The 2024 NCAA tournament versus Dayton. Of course, that was the 17-point comeback by Dayton. Or the most recently 2026 Mountain West softball tournament versus GCU.
I mean, they're both very devastating. I think they're both very gutting. I think the big difference is Nevada men's basketball in 2024 was already in the NCAA tournament. So you win that game, you're one of 32 teams in the nation still playing for a national title. Now, they would have went up against number 1 Arizona. That probably isn't a win. I'm actually going to say I feel like the softball one was a little bit more gutting because it had been 17 years since they've been in an NCAA regional. They've had 3 straight great seasons, 120 wins in the last 3 years, an average of 40 per, and they haven't gotten to an NCAA tournament. And they were up 9-0, which you don't often see a team up 9-0 not be able to close that game out, especially given the stakes. And it was at home as well. So I'm going to say that one actually a little bit more hard to stomach for the players, and you could see the emotion on their face after that game.
All right, Lakeside Vibe says, what do you think Nevada softball needs to improve on at the most to get over the hump?
I just think the pitching wasn't quite to the standard required to be an NCAA tournament caliber team. It was still good pitching staff. They had a 4 ERA, but you go back to last year, the ERA was below 3. So can you get that pitching back to that standard? They are losing Haley McLean. They are losing Tess Boomiller. So they're losing 2 of their better pitchers, but you do have Ainsley Berlin-Jerry coming back. She's a very talented pitcher. Thalia Trenton is coming back as well. So will she be able to take that next step? I think that's the big thing in the circle. They've got to be a little bit better.
All right, and then Stomper 31775-736. Is this athletic department allergic to winning conference tournaments? He says it actually blows my mind.
Maybe not allergic, but certainly cursed. It has not gone well in terms of conference tournaments when you look historically at Nevada. Just in the Mountain West since 2012, Nevada's played in 159 conference tournaments. They've won only 3 of them. 2015 women's swim and dive, 2017 men's basketball, and then 2022 men's tennis. So that's about 1.9% of all conference tournaments.
And then last question is on this kind of the same topic. NV Wolfster, what would be your Mount Rushmore of Wolfpack-induced painful losses?
So that's delivering pain to others. So this is actually a positive thing.
Okay.
I would say the 2010 win over Boise State, the Broncos were headed to the Rose Bowl if they win that game. So that was painful, maybe even an outside shot at getting to a national title game. I think you go back to that 2018 NCAA tournament, Nevada down 22 in the second half against Cincinnati. They come all the way back to win that game and go to the Sweet 16. The Bearcats really devastated with that loss. 2017 at New Mexico, a regular season men's basketball game. Nevada hit 7 3-pointers in the last 1 minute 49 seconds to come back from 25 points down. That essentially was the end of the Craig Neal era with the Lobos. He was fired at the end of the year. Then you got to go back to the 1991 football win over Weber State, a 35-point second half comeback. That is the largest in NCAA history still. So the Wolfpack's taken some painful losses, but it's also delivered some painful wins in the process as well.
All right, you can catch the full mailbag on our website, nevadasportsnet.com. Coming up next, we have a sit-down interview with Drey Jameson as he joins the desk here at Greater Nevada Field. Welcome back into NSN Tonight. I'm Zach, and as Shannon Kelly joins the show, we're here with a special guest again. It is Drey Jameson. Drey, how we doing?
Pretty good, you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Glad to be out here. It's a beautiful day here in Reno. You've been in Reno up this year. What's it been like here with the ball club?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a really good team here in Reno, and that's promising for the ultimate goal for everyone here in Reno playing this game is to get to the big leagues. And I think the front office probably has a good feeling about the guys that are playing here in Reno.
Yeah, just tell us kind of what this offseason has been like for you after, you battled some injuries. You had Tommy John surgery, working your way back in. Just what's it been like now being here at this level and, trying to prove yourself to the Diamondbacks that, hey, I do belong up in the bigs again? Yeah,
I mean, it's been a weird road for me ever since TJ happened. And I would say, finding the mental capacity to keep everything zoned in when things aren't going your way or when things are going your way, to basically stay level-headed and try to, just keep doing the day-and-day stuff to get back to the big leagues.
You mentioned an interview earlier. I think it was this year. That through your kind of this elbow discomfort, and you use Botox to kind of like help get through that. Walk us through that and how that kind of worked.
Yeah, so I was having some pain in the back side of my elbow, and we honestly didn't know what it was coming from, why I was having it, and kind of just. We kept floating ideas around. I did cortisone. I did a bunch of other little stuff. Took time off, and none of that proceeded to work. So Dr. Meister was like, "Let's try Botox and the scalenes and pec minor." And in my head, I'm like, "What? That doesn't even make sense." But anyway, so yeah, I ended up getting Botox, or they put a saline thing in before to see if the Botox would even work, and that still didn't work. So just imagine if you fell asleep on your arm and then you woke up and you can't feel your arm. That's basically what they did to my arm to see.
Wow.
And I could still feel the one spot in my elbow. So I didn't think Botox was going to work anyways. So then they were like, let's just go ahead and keep doing Botox. So we ended up actually doing the Botox injections and then gave it a day and a half, 2 days, and I didn't have any pain in my elbow.
That's crazy. I would have never thought Botox can help something like this. You may be onto something. The doctors may be onto something for other guys who have struggled and have had to have
for sure
Tommy John surgery. Just, given everything that you have been through, being the 34th overall pick in the 2019 draft, drafted by Arizona, how much belief does it have? How much belief do you have in this organization, knowing that they have the confidence in you to continue to trust you and with what you've been able to do?
Yeah, I think it gives you that peace of mind that I'm through those injuries and through when I went through the minor leagues, I didn't put up the best numbers in the minor leagues, but I feel like when I've been on the big stage in the big leagues, I feel like I've produced in a sense to have their trust. Now it's all about how can I get back healthy and back to being consistent throwing strikes to stay within. And I kind of said it this offseason in an interview, but it's kind of like a make it or break it. And that's how I look at it. Even if they don't, I kind of look at it that way just for my own sanity. So it's you go through injury, you get older in this game, you start seeing a lot of things that happen within the game, and it's just kind of there's guys always knocking on the door. There's always guys knocking on the door. So if you want to be that next guy called up, it's what does it take? What do I need to do? And those are the things that I think that I accomplished pretty well, and I'm very competitive that they like my gumption and they give me that chance.
Well, you're still having fun out there. You still wear fun shoes. You still wear fun cleats all the time.
Yeah, I do. I love my cleats for sure.
Any new ones to the collection?
I had a Lisa Simpson pair made. Well, I didn't. Lisa Simpson herself did. Well, Yeardley Smith. But, And then I think I have like 3 others that I got made this year. I just don't know which ones were from last year and which ones I
Right.
had this year.
It's hard to keep track now.
Yeah, I think I have like 20-something pairs of custom cleats now. So
That's awesome.
Love it. All right, we're going to have you open a pack of cards here. We did it with all the guys here. It's already open a little bit for you. So
Okay.
if you see anybody that you played with or played against or something like that, definitely let us know. Do you have a favorite player growing up?
Albert Pujols.
Oh,
Okay.
Pujols.
He would have been my favorite.
Huh?
All right, who's our first one?
Chase Dollander.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Well, I was going to say, do you collect cards at all?
I don't really collect cards, but I also never really watched baseball growing up.
Really?
Wow.
And I still don't really watch it.
Huh.
So
Well, you
Okay.
grew up in Indiana. You were watching basketball.
Yeah.
You're playing too much basketball.
true.
Oh,
Juan Soto.
Okay, Juan Soto.
He
That's
was
a good one.
that was my first strikeout ever in the big leagues.
I was about to ask if you faced him. That's funny. Wow,
Wow.
your first strikeout.
Juan
Okay.
Soto.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Let's see what we got here.
This is our next one here.
This is a duo.
Ooh. Who is it?
I mean, it's De La Cruz and Matt McClain.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Never really. I faced De La Cruz in spring training, but never faced the Reds in a regular season.
Okay, gotcha.
Gunnar Hogland. I have no idea.
I'll be Sacramento.
Rhett
A,
Lauder. I mean, I know the name, but never faced.
Gotcha.
I think he debuted, last 2 years
Yeah, I
ago?
want to say you did
Couple
last year
years.
too.
20?
Last year. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Brandon Fisher.
Oh.
I've heard the name, but
All right.
pure pitcher. I don't
Toronto.
know. I'm not the best with opening
No, that's
cards.
fine.
'cause,
That's
like,
fine.
You didn't watch a lot of baseball
I didn't
growing
know.
up, which
I
is
never
crazy.
watched it.
We'll do a couple
That
more.
you didn't watch
For
a
me,
lot.
it was just like, I was always outside. I was doing stuff. I wasn't watching TV.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's kind of, if it wasn't Albert Pujols or any of your top names,
Yeah.
they just go right over me. Gio Urshela,
Okay.
Okay.
no idea. Duo card.
Oh, another duo. Okay.
We have Dansby Swanson and Matt Shaw.
Former number 1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson
Okay.
by the D-backs.
To the D-backs, yeah.
Yeah. All right, last one here.
Juan Murillo.
Oh,
That's
the
my
Diamondback.
guy. Yeah.
That's your guy. Okay, there
we
we
were
go.
ending it on a good note.
And he's nasty. That guy's nasty.
Yes,
so.
he is.
Thank God
great.
we got him from the Dodgers, and we were able to give him a chance because that kid,
Yeah.
he's got an electric fastball.
Yeah, he's been great with the D-backs this year. A nice find. All right, well, thank you, Drey, for
Awesome.
joining us today. Appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back on NSN Tonight right after this. Welcome back into NSN Tonight. Shannon Kelly joining us here in the middle and Chris Murray at the end here. Okay, it's that time of year, guys. Summer events are around the corner. I just went to Tahoe this past weekend. It was absolutely beautiful, kind of in the 80s, 90s here in Reno. So I thought, why not talk about some of the upcoming events for the summer. First, I need each of your favorite summer events before we start.
Go ahead, Shannon.
All right. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Celebrity Golf Tournament
Okay.
up in Lake Tahoe. Chris?
I'll say my trip to Hawaii, which seems to happen every summer. Not that I don't like Reno, but Hawaii is a little bit nicer than Reno.
fair.
So that's what I
You're
look
from
forward
here.
to every summer. But there are a ton of good events, so we're going to go through some.
We are going to go through
Shannon
some.
can give you a breakdown, and I'll give you a grade, 0 to 10.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
All right,
A
all
rank.
right. So first one is the Reno River Fest. That one runs May 29th through the 31st. Of course, kind of Idlewild Park. It's kind of a cool event with music, a lot of vendors there to kind of kick off the summer, it feels like.
Exactly. I think it kicks off the summer. It's nice. I do like river rafting.
that's
I
right.
feel like, fans and people don't typically do that. It's more competitors, but it'd
Yeah.
be cool if people actually were able
That
to
would be
go
nice.
and river raft too while they were out there. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if
I
I'm
mean,
wrong, but
the event has
it's
changed
fun.
quite a bit. When it
Yes.
started, it was the best kayakers in the world, and they were doing really great tricks down there, and it was more about that sport, and then there were some extraterrestrial stuff. And now it's really just like a concert series, so you have Everclear that's highlighting this year's event, and that's a huge band from the 90s. So I personally like the kayaking stuff just because the skill level was super high. I don't mind that it's more like a concert series now. I think it's still a really fun thing to go out to. So I'll say a 7 out of 10. Solid
Out of
event.
10. Solid event. All right, big one. Reno Rodeo. That one begins June 18th and runs through the 27th, of course. probably one of the best, in my opinion, events in the region, and one of the biggest for sure.
The wildest, richest rodeo in the West. I think you really have to love rodeo if you enjoy the Reno Rodeo coming to town. I do. It's always a fun event. It's a unique event to our area, and it brings in some of the best cowboys and cowgirls, so it's always a fun week.
But even if you don't love rodeo, like, I still think it's one of the top events like you go to here. It's really fun to kind of just what's great about it is they kind of like welcome everyone there. It feels like to kind of, whether you just want to sit and watch rodeo or you're really into rodeo, like you said, like there's just so much you can do.
Or go to a concert before the rodeo actually starts.
And the carnival is cool too.
Yeah.
I would say most people would say 10 out of 10 because it is sold out every single night. I smelled plenty of cattle during my childhood in Gardnerville, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
But I'm not a Reno rodeo hater. I understand the value of it. I know people here love it as well. Maybe just not my cup of tea.
All right, we're going to go Our Town next. That one begins July 1st and runs through that entire month.
Well, Chris said it best. Took the words out of my mouth. Personally, not my cup of tea. I do
really?
know that
Same
people
here.
love it, but I just have never been the artsy inclined one. Personally, but I do know people love it. I always did think, though, the chalk art that they do at the Atlantis was always a really cool thing as part of this event. But that's my
And it's
take
a
on
month-line thing. I don't think like any one individual thing is like everybody has to go to that, but I think there's like enough cool events throughout the entire month that maybe there is something that piques your interest. So I'd go like a 6 on that one. I don't go to like a ton of Art Town events, but I have gone to a few in the past, and it is cool just to celebrate music, art, kind of the more creative side of the human experience.
All right, of course, our big event that we go to every year, the American Century Championship, Shannon.
Yes, the biggest event, I would say, in Lake Tahoe, no doubt. Yes, always my favorite event of the summer. I think just being able to work at Edgewood and have Lake Tahoe in the background, nothing can really beat that. It's picturesque every day, and we get to talk to some pretty cool celebrities along the way.
I'll say 8 on this one. Like, it's work for us, and it's stressful work. Like, we're doing a remote show today. If I could show you everything it takes to do a remote show, go to our social media. There's a lot of work to do one of these. So to do 4 of them in 4 days, it might not be quite as fun as it could be just for a spectator. But yeah, to see the best celebrities in the world come and play golf on the shores of Lake Tahoe and be able to get their autograph or see them 5 feet away. I've got a picture of my son like standing next to Patrick Mahomes after he hit it in the rough. Like, you wouldn't get that experience anywhere but that tournament. So 8 out of 10.
It almost feels like an adrenaline dump, too, then once Sunday is over and a winner is crowned, because it's such a busy week, as you mentioned.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right, Hot August Nights, that one begins July 31st, runs through August 9th. I think this one's a cool one if you really, really like cars. And me personally, I do. So it's really cool to see, like, just all these, like, old cars, some of these, like, souped-up cars. It's really fun to see.
Yeah, it's a cool event because it's just unique. I think you see all these classic cars that are all so different, and especially if you love cars, to be able to go walk around at the casinos and check them out.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, they've got the little parade down Virginia Street, so I've gone to that a number of times. I'm not like the biggest car aficionado. I don't really get under the hood and know how they all work. But if you do love cars, there's no better event in the summer. I'm going to say 6 out of 10 because I'm more of a just give me from point A to point B Subaru Forester. And if you do that, then we're happy with you.
There you go.
I love it. All right, another big one, the Rib Cook-Off, September 2nd through the 7th, of course, Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, this one's great. I love the Rib Cook-Off. It's also kind of sad at the same time because it means that summer is ending. But it is such a great event, such a first-class great event over in Sparks at the Nugget. I think they do a great job every year.
Just way too many people is the only issue because the ribs are great. They've got the frozen treats. They've got the lemonade, funnel cake. 8 out of 10 for me. If I could just go do it by myself and all the people were gone, then it's like a 12 out of 10. So it is a lot of people in a small area, but if you can get into that tent, then it's a 10 out of 10.
And Mike Evans, they give great tip. Go on Labor Day on the last day, right? And go the last like hour or so. They give like
the
half off the
discounts.
discounts. That's some great advice.
Mike always
that Mike
trying to
gave
find
me.
the best deal.
He really is. All right, Street Vibrations. That's September 24th through the 26th. I don't know too much about Street Vibrations, but it sounds like a fun event if you're into motorcycles.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm usually knee deep into football at that point, so I just see them driving on the road, and to be honest, I kind of get annoyed when I'm driving on the freeway and they're zooming past me. So
it does seem like people are cool with the old cars, but they're not cool with the motorcycles. Street Vibrations gets no love. I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10.
Wow.
No love for me is no love.
Oh, well.
All right.
Well, there's a couple other events too. I know
there
we're about
is.
to go, but there's a couple at
There
the El
is.
Dorado though.
Okay, the Italian Festival, my personal favorite
Yeah.
event, and it's in October, but still, I'd still count that as summer in a way. You've got the great great Reno balloon race that comes
Yep.
every September. And
Wing
then
Fest.
Wing Fest.
Barbecue Blues and Brews.
Yep, the Candy Dance in Genoa. So
Yeah.
there's a lot.
There's a lot. We're running out of
Carson
time.
Valley Days. I'll get people in Gardnerville, Minden will be mad at me if I don't mention Carson Valley Days. I
Oh,
once
wow.
said that the Candy Dance is the best summer event, and the Carson Valley Days people came after me. So I'll throw Carson Valley Days
I don't know
out
about the
there.
Candy Dance being the best summer event. But
What did you say was your number one?
Well, the Italian Fest is my favorite, but I mean, Root Cook-Off's up there too. Like,
I mean, I do like those mushroom raviolis.
They
Yeah,
are
those
too.
mushroom raviolis. I can't beat those.
And the State Fair of Nevada, first time in 16 years, coming back to Reno this year. That's June 11th to the 13th. So new little event at the Livestock Event Center too. So
Very cool.
that
Right
should be
before the
fun to
rodeo.
see.
And got to give it up for Food Truck Friday.
Oh, that's it. We could go on for a really, really long time of our favorite summer events. All right, we'll be back on NSN Tonight right after this.
We're gonna go.
All right. Welcome back to NSN Tonight. I'm Zach. He's Chris, and we're here with another guest, Tommy Henry. Tommy, how are you doing?
Great.
Oh, hang on. Okay, we're gonna redo that. You're fine. You're fine. We're gonna redo it, I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome back to NSN Tonight, here with another special guest on this Reno Aces edition of NSN Tonight. It is Tommy Henry. Tommy, how we doing?
Fantastic. Good to be here.
Yeah, you've been here for a little bit with the Aces, back and forth between the big league club and here. I guess, tell us why you're here right now, kind of what happened this past offseason.
Yeah, I just got back. I came back from a form of Tommy John surgery. They call it the internal brace procedure. There's a million different names, but yeah, I got hurt about June of last year, early June. Had surgery early July. So I'm 10-ish months out from surgery. Just got the nod to finally leave the the four walls that are rehab, and I'm here now. So
Nice.
I'm looking to settle in and play some games.
What was it like coming back from that surgery? It seems like almost every pitcher has it nowadays, so it's kind of part and parcel with what you do as a profession, but I'm sure it can't be easy having to go through that rehab.
Yeah, I have a lot of sympathy for guys that endure a long rehab process now, looking back on it. The days are monotonous. You can feel forgotten at times. But honestly, on the flip side of that, it's an awesome opportunity to pour into your body, your health, try and come back stronger, faster, more prepared. Very few times in your professional career do you get that long of a period. It's almost, an extended off season, so to speak, where you can, evaluate all different things, your body, your strategy, your arsenal. So you can use it as an opportunity, but it's most definitely a grind.
I'm kind of curious, when you're recovering and doing all that, how do you kind of keep up with the big league club? Do you watch the games? Like, what's your kind of mindset doing that?
Yeah, I usually throw the games on if I'm at the house, because the rehab schedule is typically you get to the field about 7 in the morning, and I was leaving somewhere between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. So at most times you're home for the games. So if I was at the house, yeah, I've got a bunch of friends on the team, so I like to see how they're doing. I like to watch them compete. And try and pull for them. So, I'm always doing that.
It's a franchise that stuck with you through your rehab. I know you were taken off the 40-man roster, but they didn't cut you fully loose. What did it mean to you that the Diamondbacks still believe in you? They still want you to be part of the organization, and they were with you during this process of coming back?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. It really did. I feel like in the baseball world, it can be pretty cutthroat at times, and it definitely still is. That doesn't mean that the future won't be that way. But I felt like I received an example this offseason that wasn't necessarily that cutthroat. And I'm grateful to still be with an organization that drafted me, 7 or 8 years ago, whatever it is now. I feel like that's a pretty unique scenario. And to have a front office that still believes in me and, made the actions, kind of line up with their words. I appreciated that a lot, and it was motivation to continue to work and continue to, get back to that level so I can help help that team win and help this organization win.
Well, what has the D-backs organization kind of told you through this rehab process as you're here in Reno now? What do they want to see out of you, I guess, before you start making, I guess, bigger steps to returning?
Yeah, I think it's, it was a chance to get back to some of the things I'd done well in the past. Get some of the velocity back. I've never been a, super overpowering pitcher, but, I've pitched at levels before that the velocity is somewhat of a weapon and maybe not necessarily a weakness. So get a little bit of that back, and I think that just kind of comes with health and some strength. And so I was lucky enough to be around some really good strength coaches along with the rehab process that poured into me in the weight room. And when I didn't have the energy, they dumped it into me, and we were able to maximize every single day. So I'm hoping, a lot of that work kind of comes to fruition because I think that's, a good piece of the puzzle for me.
This kind of is your home away from home. Everybody wants to be with the Diamondbacks, but looked it up. You've pitched 57 games for the Aces. You pitched 56 games at Michigan. So I think this is like your most tenured place now. I mean, just what has Reno meant to your journey? I mean, kind of the field is your dog's play yard. I know we've done stories in the past about how much the dog means to you and is in the city, but just having a place like Reno that has embraced you and it seems like you've enjoyed, that has to be a fun part of the journey of getting back to the big leagues.
Yeah, totally. Reno's been awesome. It really has. I honestly, I'm kind of shocked. More games here. It is my most tenured place I've ever played at. That's an interesting stat. And, I'm grateful for it to be Reno. The fans here are awesome. I ran into some fans in Sacramento who are already waving and looked excited to, see me back. And that means a lot to me. I've loved pitching here at Greater Nevada Field. I've loved competing here for the Aces. Obviously, everyone's ultimate goal is to surpass this level. But the time here, the time I've spent here, has been a blast. I've got my favorite coffee shops in the area. The restaurants. My family and I were just at Tahoe yesterday. All the highlights of Reno. This place is awesome.
Wait, what's your favorite restaurant?
Here. Well, I guess more so, we were at Wild River Grill last night.
Oh, that's nice.
A good staple.
Right next to the river.
Yeah, I love me some Hub coffee. I had Midnight Coffee this morning, Midnight Coffee Roasters this morning, which was out of this world.
Nice.
So
you must be the tour guide when people get called up. All right, we're going to give you some cards to open to end the segment. If there are anybody that you know in particular that you want to break down for us, let us know. But
okay. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, starting off with a Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker, not a bad card.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle Tucker, Cubs card.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
Shiny Pete Alonso.
Oh, we got one underneath, too.
Zach
Veen. Played against him a ton.
Yeah. Big guy. He put on like 40 pounds this offseason.
Yeah, he did. I haven't seen him play since, but I saw the buzz about that, so I'm I'm interested to see how that works out. Brooks Lee, rookie debut in 24.
Cal Poly guy, now with the Twins.
Arias with the Marlins. Oh, Charlie Morton card. The curveball. Maybe the most wicked curveball in the league, probably. Yeah, Uncle Charlie.
Oh, Dalton Rushing rookie.
Yeah.
He's ruffling some feathers
up there. I think we played against each other in OKC in Tulsa, probably.
Okay.
Ben Williamson, played against him several times. Wow, a lot of... is this like a...
Mostly younger guys.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You have any baseball cards of yourself?
Of myself, yes. Well, a lot of times they get sent to you and like stuck in your locker, and some don't have return
so you
labels,
just got to keep them.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just keep them. But, I was never a big card collector growing up.
No, it sounds like that. LuJames was saying not too many people on the team collecting.
I've grown in appreciation for them as I've gotten a little bit older.
Okay.
Just because I can see, why people would, want to collect them, why they're important to people. It's just a cool memento. This one's pretty cool here. A pair, Julio Rodriguez and a Rosarena.
Nice.
All right, one more here. We got to wrap this.
Oh, Carson Kelly, a good finish.
Carson Kelly, that was a good finish.
Former Reno Ace.
And
Former Reno Ace. Caught me a million times my rookie year, and I think in 2023 too, because then at some point during that year.
It's kind of like the moral of the story, though. People kind of discarded him. He comes to Reno.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was an all-star last year, but he played at an all-star level. He was one of the best hitting catchers in baseball.
Yeah, he's
just
got
to keep grinding.
He's awesome and an excellent golfer, too.
All right, well, he is Tommy Henry. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it, and good luck this season.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll be right back after this on NSN Tonight. Welcome back into NSN Tonight as we wrap up the show. Of course, talked about Robbie Snelling on yesterday's show as he made his Major League debut for the Marlins on Friday. Here's what he had to say after his debut.
Pretty surreal, actually being able to step on the mound, lots of emotions, emotional dump, lots of adrenaline, and usually like looking back on outings, I'm a pretty big critic of myself. Today's a pretty unique situation, so try not to be too hard on myself. Look at the really good takeaways, be able to understand that I made some good pitches and good spots with guys on base.
Very cool to see from the McQueen grad, Shannon. He went 5 innings. He gave up 3 runs. So a pretty solid outing for his Major League debut.
Yeah, and I love how he says, I shouldn't be too critic of myself today, too critical. It's a pretty unique situation. You're making your Major League debut, Robbie. This is a moment you're going to remember forever. And I thought it was pretty cool after how he said, I didn't get in my typical pregame routine today because the roof was closed in Miami. He's like, normally I like to get some sunshine, run barefoot in the grass on the field. Well, that didn't happen. But nonetheless, though, that was pretty cool just to hear him say that after.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience, and you don't want to be too critical, like you said, of making it to the major leagues, no matter how the start goes. Now it's down to brass tacks and down to business of showing that you belong in the major league level, which we all believe, and I think he will show in his upcoming starts.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see, to kind of track his journey with Miami. All right, Chris has been waiting for this. We got to open.
Yeah, I want to open baseball cards, man.
Okay. It feels like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
I do have a Robbie Snelling autograph card, actually.
Wow.
Bought it
wow.
on eBay,
Flex over
$5.
Oh.
Yeah. So that better blow up.
Okay.
So this was actually Shannon's idea.
Thank
We'll
you,
go
Shannon.
through the cards. We'll see if we get anybody good. I don't think Robbie's actually in this checklist of this specific
I'm
series.
starting off strong. Paul Skeens.
Wow,
Wow.
Paul Skeens shiny
Yeah.
refractor.
Okay. All right.
Gio Ursula
Okay,
from
another
the
one.
A's. Okay.
I think yes, that was already pulled on the
That
table.
one was
Yeah, it
filled.
was.
Oh, how about Juan Murillo? Maria?
Okay,
Juan
another
Murillo,
one.
Another
Yeah.
Diamondback?
Who do you guys want to pull? Who's the
I wanna pull a
the best
Yankee. I wanna
player?
pull
Oh,
Derek
she wants a
Jeter.
Yankee?
I want to Ketel Marte.
I didn't get anything good in that pack. It was a
Well,
pretty rough one.
Charlie Morton, we had him earlier.
A lot of repeats.
Jorbit
Another
Vivas.
Aaron Judge.
You got an Aaron Judge
yeah,
card?
yeah, we have
Oh,
one over
trades.
here.
Wow.
That's the best
Can
thing
we
about
trade?
this. Yeah, you go and you trade.
Yeah, then we'll
Yeah.
trade.
Oh, you want to trade? Okay.
Okay. I'll give you a Diamondbacks card.
Okay, you're gonna.
I'll give you Murillo.
Murillo. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Juan
We're
Murillo
trading.
for Aaron
Juan
Judge.
Murillo
Yeah,
for Aaron
that
Judge.
wouldn't go very well.
Unite.
How about that?
Legends unite here. No, Derek Jeter's probably not in this pack, but
Probably not. Wow.
Aroldis
All right.
Chapman,
oh wow,
Brady Singer.
Lumber Kings.
Christian Campbell.
Ryland
Oh, here's a
Thomas?
good one. Carson McCusker, Spanish
Oh,
Springs High graduate.
wow.
I don't
That's
think
His
awesome.
rookie card, playing in either Japan or Korea right now.
That's
Love it.
really
but
cool.
Carson McCusker, 6'8", nobody thought started his pro career in the independent league. Eventually made it to the big league, so that's a cool one.
That's a
We'll keep
really
that
cool one.
as a keeper.
that is a good one.
John Rave, Mick Abel, Jackson
Armando
Job.
Alvarez.
Ryan Walker.
Sean Birdie.
Anyone?
Oh, Cody Bellinger.
Oh, here's a cool one. Luis Angel Acuna. So this is the black and yellow. This is a throwback. So I've gotten into cards a lot lately. For our little league, we got free
Yeah.
packs of cards to start last season. So my son got into it, so we open up packs pretty regularly. That's a Topps
pretty
Black
cool.
Gold. That's a cool one. And Marcelo Mayer.
Got Matt Shaw in here.
So what's the best one we pulled? Matt Shaw, Mystical. That's actually a pretty
Mystical
cool card.
card. That's a pretty
shiny
cool one.
one.
That is nice.
Mystical.
Camilo.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is.
Oh.
Cards are flying.
All-star
Paul Skeens. I'm
Paul
taking my
Skeens.
Carson McCusker. Nobody
Max
can get that
Muncy.
one in
I
trades.
agree.
Oh.
Max Muncy. That's
Which
a
one?
pretty good
Dodgers or
with
A's?
the
Oh,
That's the
A's.
bad one.
A's
That's
one.
not the good Max Muncy.
He's on my fantasy team. Best card that you have in your collection right now.
Shohei rookie.
Oh wow!
Shohei
I
or
have a
Shohei
Dodger,
rookie.
That's
everybody.
good.
Hi, Son Kim.
All right, that's all today for this edition of NSN Tonight. We'll see you tomorrow from Greater. Thank you for joining us from Greater Nevada Field. For Shannon, he's Chris. I'm Zach. We'll see you next time.